You know what I really hate at night? It's when I have this shoulder pain and it won't let me sleep at night. Like, come on! Hello everyone, I am Steph and welcome to my very first segment of Steph Learns in 10, where we learn about all kinds of stuff within 10 minutes. Yes, it's that short. That is why stay tuned till the end of this video, because I'm gonna give you a little freebie that you could really benefit from. And for today's episode, we are going to talk about tendinitis. And it is the first video of my shoulder pain series, so stay tuned for more. And if you think that my vibe is your vibe, then please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button to see more videos. And a little disclaimer, all information, contents, literally everything about this channel video are strictly for educational and informational purposes only. You can check the full disclaimer on the description box below. The number one question is, where do we get this shoulder pain from? Actually, there's a lot of causes for shoulder pain, like strains, sprains, maybe muscle tightness around the shoulder or neck, and many more. And we are gonna talk about that as we go further on this shoulder pain series that I prepared for you. All of these have their own causes, signs, and symptoms, but for today, we are gonna focus on tendinitis. So let's start with the word tendon. So a tendon is a connective tissue that connects the muscle to a bone. And when you add the suffix itis, which means inflammation, and add the word tendon, it would become tendon plus itis would be tendinitis, which means there is an inflammation in the connective tissue that connects the muscle to a bone. Tendinitis. The next question in mind is, why would it become inflamed? That is why we're going further, and now we're going to talk about the causes of tendinitis. So number one reason would be chronic overload. We all know that we use our shoulders every single day. Every minute, every hour, we use it. Which means we have the tendency of overusing the capacity of our tendons that leads into tears, like maybe small ones, like micro tears that can cause inflammation. Cause number two, there are other factors that can contribute on our shoulder issue right here. It can be poor biomechanics, poor posture, maybe the wrong use of exercise equipments or the wrong way of doing exercises, or maybe you've been working with your shoulders for a long time already that can cause some degenerative factors, or maybe there's not enough circulation on the muscle and tendons. So tendinitis has 4 different stages of severity. So if you feel pain on your shoulder after an activity that you do, that can be grade 1. If you feel pain before and after an activity, that can be grade 2. If you feel pain before, during the activity, and after the activity, that can be grade 3. And if you feel pain all the time and it affects your daily living, that can be grade 4. So a little question here. What kind of shoulder pain are you feeling when you have it? Or maybe if you have it right now, like, what does it feel? Comment down below so I can help you, and maybe other viewers can help you too. So since we're talking about shoulder tendinitis, we are going to look at the common tendons that get affected with tendinitis. Mostly affected. So number 1 would be the rotator cuff muscle. So specifically the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and subscapularis muscle. So right now, let's go to our shoulder blades or scapula. Right now, I'm palpating the spine of the scapula. That would be our mark there. And above that would be the supraspinatus muscle. And it goes down towards our humerus right here. So here is a specific origin and insertion for supra, and its main action would be abduction of the shoulder, like the video that you can see right now. So now we're going to the infraspinatus muscle. So I'm palpating it right now, and it's below the spine of the scapula. So if supra is above, infra is below, and it inserts going toward our humerus as well. So this is the specific origin and insertion, and its action is lateral rotation and adduction. So the next muscle we're about to palpate would be the subscapularis muscle, which inserts in the humerus as well, but on the lesser, because the other two is greater. This one is in the lesser tubercle of the humerus, but my model is a bit ticklish, so we don't want to force him. So based on the word sub, it means under, so you can find this muscle under the scapula. So on anatomy books, this is portrayed facing anteriorly rather than posteriorly. So that's it. And now this is the specific origin and insertion, and its action would be medial rotation of the shoulder. So as you can see, if lateral rotation is going outside, then medial rotation is going inside. So your shoulder is going to rotate towards the inside of your body, like you can see in the video. So the next muscle would be biceps brachii. So you know the flex muscle. So the biceps brachii has two heads, the short head and the long head. Now this is the specific biceps brachii origin and insertion, and its action would be flexion of the elbow and shoulder and supination of the forearm, like you can see on the video. You know, this muscle is pretty famous. It's good for flexing, like literally. So the importance of learning the location and the action of the muscle is to find out what specific muscle is having a problem so we could fix it. So let's say you feel pain on abduction. That might tell you that probably it's your supraspinatus or maybe your deltoids. But again, it's better to see a healthcare professional for this one. So if it's an acute case or it just happened, you might see some signs of inflammation like swelling or redness. You might probably feel tender pain on top of the tendon itself. If it's a long problem already or chronic pain, you might feel it around the area, near the tendon or over the tendon. Or maybe it's the compensating muscles that needs to be strengthened, stretched, and all those kinds of stuff. Some crepitus or cracking on the joint might be felt as well. So now, what can you do at home? If the pain just started or it's acute, you can start putting ice for about 5 to 20 minutes at a time and stop the things that can aggravate the situation. Take a rest. So if it's chronic already, you can do some self-massage as long as you follow the muscle directions. You can do some stretching as well, but don't rush it, do it gradually, and if you feel pain, stop. So at this point, you can also put a heat pack on the muscle affected, like here, here, or here, so that it would increase blood circulation and it would soften the muscle. So as I promised, I prepared a little freebie for you, which you can download because it's in the description box below. It includes some self-massage techniques, some stretches, and the other things that we already talked about. And again, this freebie is not a replacement or a reason for you not to see the proper healthcare practitioner for this type of problem. And again, this self-care guide is for informational and educational purposes only. So that's it. So I hope you learned a lot within 10 minutes, and as well that freebie that I provided you. I hope you would like it. And if you want more updates with me, you can follow me in these social media platforms. And you could also follow and listen my Filipino podcast, Chikahan Corner, which has an English subtitle version available on YouTube. And everything else would be in the description box below. And then again, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button for more videos. See you next time!